Boom! Welcome to a vibe coding session. I'm Christopher Walsh, your vibe coding host today. All right, let's get right to it. What I'm going to be doing today is we're going to be building this app called Time Travel AI. I think it's really cool. I got some classes on my school, but you could just watch me and how I build. And if this is something that you're interested in, get more in depth with further breakdowns. So, where we're going to start here today, because I already know what we're going to be using. I could create like a little text editor right here. Kind of create a list. So, first of the pipeline is going to be a Swift iOS app. And then we're going to have a camera permission. Capture image. Take photo. Analyze image. Send to image. Send image to API. I've used Gemini for most of these sorts of things. Analyze image, return story. Read story with AI TTS model. Story role play. Role play. What? So this is classic planning. Just pull out a text editor, just pull out a notepad and start planning it out. Time travel AI. Based on your selected location. So here are the variables. Return story with prompt, and then let's just go like app description. App user journey. So app description is a good way to put it, but I think app user journey is even more valid. Start taking a picture and selecting the date to travel to. Start by selecting the date you would like to travel to and taking a picture of your surroundings, e.g., historical place, Having a nice espresso latte right here, guys. So, taking a picture of your surroundings and granting location permissions for exact geolocation for extra data for best results. So really take in what I'm doing here. This is obviously it's a very native thing to me and very fluent in planning these things out. But for your first time, just think deeply about first like a list of kind of the components you're gonna need. Like you could kind of say this is like feature list, feature requirements, or components. And then app user journey is also really important always. The app user journey is something that the app user journey, the app user journey is something that just describes more of a story about like, oh, I open the app, you're basically how you use the app. Okay? Based on, and then we're talking about these variables, best results. Story will AI model will respond and be prompted to create a story, a short story, maybe a few paragraphs. We can be more specific on this later. And will role play from the perspective of, now just planning out like this, you're going to be able to use this idea to be like, hey, ChatGPT, please create me a prompt that will do this. And then it will create you a really nice, like, in the style that AI likes, like a prompt that can help set people in this location. It'll also help you with the code. Based on these variables, year selected, location, and image. Give a narrative. Give a narrative sense of what it would be like if Okay, so that's how this works. And then once, can't start with and, then once the response from the AI model has been received, the response will be sent to the AI TTS model to read aloud the story response. Okay, so there you go. So that's how the system works. And this is basically our whole app right here. So the next thing we do, we've planned out our text documentation. We've planned out our app user journey. Sometimes if I really wanted to explore, like I didn't know how this could be done, I would do something like a voice. Like I would open up ChatGPT and start with voice mode and say, "Hey, I'm looking to do this type of app. It works like this," and then they might tell me how it can be done. But since I know what type of components I'm going to be working with, as you see, like right here, an image analyzer, a TTS model, basic camera permissions, I really know where to start, and the next step is just to design some type of interface to really make this cool. Like I I feel like if you took this, let me put that, it's being hidden. If you took this example and you said, "Hey, build me this app," it's gonna do it. But I think the apps look very much like when you just go straight from text. The model, the AI model like ChatGPT, will not exert any more energy than it needs to. It will pretty much just make you something that, yes, functionally works like this, but it will not be very imaginative of, okay, what would actually be a good UX or UI to present this in. It's just going to have simple buttons, very default looking, unimaginative kind of step, and then you'll just have to work from creating a UI on top of that system anyway. But if you do create the UI in Canva, it knows its only goal as an AI is to make you happy and meet your requirements. So it will not only match these text written requirements, it will also match your visual response requirements. So I want some type of like wheel. This is kind of like what I've been visioning. Not like that. I don't know how to describe this. What is something like that? You know, like when I'm trying to think of the analog example, when you're like sliding, but it's not as simple as like a wheel selector. It's more just like a, if you were to go to like a vending machine or something, um, and there was like a metal, there was like 100 to 1,000, and you're like, I like that feel. Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it. Handle like machine. What is a wash? What is this called on a washing machine? Knob. I guess knob, right? Uh, dial, right? Is it a dial? Definitely a dial. It's definitely a dial. Um, we're losing the plot here. Dial. See, already we're gonna have such a more cool app, such a cooler app, because we're thinking in this way. We're not just thinking in like a, how can I get this out? Um, mm, so first we're gonna go up here and grab like a gradient color or something. I don't know about gradients. Background color. That's nice though. I think gold is pretty valid right now. I like that. mm, that's pretty good. We change the color though. Yeah. Nah, this is kind of fire. Yeah. I like that. Ooh. Mm. What is better? I think this one is. This is not a good user interface. Not at all. Probably go under. Should we start at 50 years ago? I mean, that's literally like your parents, so. Bro, Canva's good at this stuff. Like, so I'm just gonna be pressing 78 and up. 102 and up? No. I mean, we could do 5. We could do 1,000 years. I mean, what's 1,000 years ago, though? I mean, yeah, some places, bro. Like, where am I? Egypt? Like, that's just like BC. Like, how far back can we go? Roman civilization. Damn, bro, they were on for a while. Okay, so I feel like we should be able to go back to like all the years. So like what we got, we're in 2025. We should be able to go back to 0. Year 1. Cause they were running shit in BC. Damn. Okay. I need way more dials on this thing. Nah, it's too small. So again, if you do stuff kind of rough, GPT is gonna make it uniform. It's not gonna be like, oh, I think you wanted it slightly like rough and off. 1, 2, 3, 400. In Canada, bro, this is gonna be like go back so many years. You're like, really, it's going to be just like a lot of native history, which hopefully a lot is like documented and well written. I know it's documented. It's definitely trained into the models, but that's like super important to have all history. Like I think like Egypt or something, this app will be sweet. A lot of places, honestly. So 100 should be like the first dial. I'm glad we went with this dial. Now that we're looking at it, it's really cool. You're almost like tempted to go back. Like people just like pushing the dial like to the max, so they're like, "Yo, let's go back many years." But like you go back so far. I know there's definitely good documented history for like Roman Empire if you go back all the way to the start. Um, but I don't know. Like if we go back to Canada, what was Canada on in BC time? No idea. Like, that's a crazy question. Well, I think I know, but how documented is that? 1,000 years ago. I think time is one of those things. It's even hard for me to comprehend like the year 1000. Cuz for me like what this is just kind of an open question, but like it's even a little bit hard to comprehend like the 1600s or the 1400s. That's a long time ago. I was getting more into like that type of history of Europe because I'm like, people, there was stuff going on. I think when you're from America or Canada, like Canada, first settlers 1713. Well, that's what just came up, but I think 1629. People think a lot about like for most people like 1800. They don't know. They know a lot about what happened in like World War II, but they don't know a lot about like early American history with like Carnegie, Vanderbilt. There's some really fun history. Like people, I would recommend anyone listen to like the William Walker story. I believe that's right. It's more the for president. I looked up William Walker. It's like former president of Nicaragua, and that's in fact true. But I gotta be able to go up to 2,000 here. I'm bricking. Maybe our max capacity is 1,500. It's like, yeah, we ain't going back that far. I feel like since we're in 2025, we should be able to go back to like, should go 2025 to like 2,000. So like, what was this 2,000 years ago? Like you're gonna be in the year 25. That's crazy. Yo, what was popping in the year 25? That's what we should do though. This is becoming quite the task, actually. Like Egypt, what was Egypt on? Egypt, oh my gosh. So we're into negative 1,500 now. So you need to get like 4,000 years ago. Oh my gosh. To save time and to keep everyone with us here, we're just gonna start with 1,500 years, and then we're gonna be like, yo, can you make this go up to 5,000 years and just see how that looks? Because I think we want probably like the Egyptian Empire. This is 1570 BCE. What's BCE? Yeah, what the heck does that mean? What the is that some? I was about to say like woke, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna brand myself like that. But like, that's not how I feel either. But like, when do I think that's super valid? Like my neighbor, he wouldn't be fucking with like BC. Like he's like, bro, what does that even mean to me? But I I guess we've been doing that for a while. BCE. It's the same though, right? Yeah, select year. Start time machine. Yeah, I want like a silver gradient. Before common era. Well, if it's the same thing, then you're still respect, bro. But that's just the thing. People don't even take in like why do you think there's different like a Chinese New Year, Persian New Year? Why do you think that is, bro? Cuz like everyone's time starts with their own prophet. Yeah, this is terrible. I'm not a good UI designer. Say like honestly, bro, I'm not a good UI designer. Um, we'll get a logo and all that coming soon. Time travel, AI. Uh, Check this out. So please create the full code, for, and update the content because we're just gonna use the first view to be uh, fully ready to test and work. Let's shrink this down a little bit. Work in production using the Gemini API and the OpenAI API. AI API for image analysis and writing the story. And the OpenAI API for using the TTS model. We'll get the exact TTS model. Mm, mm. So I'm gonna just put my API keys in after that uh, off screen, and then I uploaded the mockup. Please. Tree should request camera missions, location missions. Okay, and then when the start button is clicked, the camera will open to take the photo. Once photo is processed, is taken, and user clicks use, the process will start and send the image for analysis, pass geo coordinates and the year selected. Selected to pass this to the model to write the story. Awesome. So this is my full, like, you could say this is a prompt, but this is the full app plan. I I have something like this in my course, but there's lots of good lessons from. I'm gonna give you Einstein, for example. It's like, give me an hour to solve a problem. I'm gonna take 55 minutes with the. Let me say that again. The Einstein quote, like, give me 55 minutes to solve a problem. Give me. Oh, botched it. I'm gonna use the Einstein quote to describe this. Like, give me an hour to solve a problem. I'm gonna spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem and 5 minutes thinking about the solution. So in this AI age, like the 5 minute solution is maybe a 2 minute solution because AI will only take what you just spent an hour working on and shoot back a fully ready system. It's maybe going to try and one shot your whole code file here. But since we've spent an hour to plan this out, it will feel like that quote will make a lot of sense to you. Like really planning out is the alpha here. All right, so I along once assessing, please return to a new file where for results here you can see the text right, as well as it begins using the TTS model to read the story aloud. I'm like typing in a very strange way because I'm like typing here and like looking over here because my screen is much better for processing. Yeah, so there we go. There's your prompt, guys. I'm not sure how long we've been streaming for. Oh, 42 minutes. So it's like a 30-minute time writing the prompt and maybe a 3-minute time getting the answer. But we're not far from that Einstein quote, guys. So take you up tier ChatGPT. We're probably going to use number 5. Oh, first we should open up the code base. Okay, guys, so we're having our okay, guys, so we have our code base here. This is an Xcode project. I'm gonna click app. We're gonna call it time, all one word, time travel AI. Com dot that's valid. I like that. Time travel AI. No testing, no storage. Interface, language, perfect. Time travel AI. So now we have created our new Xcode project. If you've used React before, if you use like the Next.js, you'll notice like Xcode is caught up on just starting you out with something pretty good, especially with Swift UI. So we pretty much already have an app. If I want to run this right now, it will run. Give me the hello world. So I'm just going to take this code copy, put that into my prompt, my text edit. Okay, we're back online. So yeah, you can see that the hello world there. Um, this code based on look at this. What a file, right? So we're gonna grab that. We're gonna go into ChatGPT. We're gonna paste the whole thing, big message, and then we're gonna grab our mockup, right, and paste it in. Oh, so like I said, guys, it's really important to also have that user interface just so you get something a little bit more pretty. Um, but yeah, time travel AI. This is really good. I do need to put my API keys in. I'll actually not put my API keys. Um, no, I will. um, this is up to you. The model is like, no, don't give me your API keys. And I might be saying some crazy stuff right now. People are probably like, bro, never put your API keys into ChatGPT. I'm like, bro, I'm giving it to ChatGPT. And I can delete these API keys after anyway. We'll call this time travel AI. Yeah, someone might just be like, yo, you wildin' for that take. That's a crazy take. To just be like, yeah, fully just send your API keys into ChatGPT. What's the big deal? What could go wrong? Billing? $0.21, eh? So yeah, I've fully sent off my system now. Um, you see this take a second. Eventually, it's gonna start writing stuff. Once it's done writing, we're just gonna update and add it to our content view. We're literally gonna copy and paste that file we just built out. Of course, like if you've never been in Xcode before and you're gonna do this yourself, like want to add a logo, just go here, app icon. We could create some cool like time travel AI app logo right now and put this here so we're not running the ugly default logo. My thumbnail game right there. So they like 1024 by 1024. Wasn't there like some AI logo tool? Was that just like getting like beta access or something? Logo maker. Here we go. Logo for a app that allows you to travel through time in story with AI. Time travel. Not sure what they use here. Oh, it's gonna be like, don't show your keys. I'm not showing my keys, homie. Ah! Are my keys available in this? Nah, bro. Hard coding my keys, bro. That's not a good logo. This is some Dolly 3 ass logo right here, bro. What the hell? Time travel logo. Should be a little bit more chill. I don't like that at all. What the hell is that? This feels like an ad for something. I feel like I shouldn't be entering like the logo, just like a time travel logo. Why is it taking so cool? What? Hell no. What the heck is Artie Novi? No way, bro. Mock-ups. Is that the same deal? Oh, damn. You're tweaking right now. OpenAI key. See, this thing is taking time, bro. Tell you. I'm not sure. Like, O4 Mini High was fast. Like, super fast. This looks like a nuke of clocks. Kind of like it. Okay, our file is ready. We're going to want to follow its instructions. No logo for now, guys. Sorry about that. We're going to copy and paste this. There might be a few issues, but probably not. Yeah, a few issues. We'll see what's going on there. We're going to need this permission, so we're going to go to the info.plist. If you don't know how to find that, that's up here. You go info, go add row, just paste that in, camera usage description. It says pretty good description here. A. That's true. Microphone description, not sure when we do that. So location, definitely. Single file contains the whole app. +17. Yeah. We could do that. I do leave my apps to like that default. It's gonna default your app to like only support the like literally the most recent operating system. So a lot of people aren't updated. So it's like maybe want to go back and support a few versions back. Pop my API keys in here privately. Then we'll see what the bug is. So if there's ever any setup, like just kind of Okay, going back here now. Um, I've placed the like API keys and stuff in there. Please, I'm literally just gonna say please fix. Oh, guys, very key. I'm just kind of doing this, but click right here. It will usually suggest it, but if not, you can go apps, work with an app, add Xcode, because very nice. ChatGPT desktop app. That's why you get the desktop app. So you actually download the desktop app. Maybe the web app version can do this as well, but download a desktop app. You can add the working with app, and then you can pretty much get like a cursor like feature where you just select, you'll then select all the lines of code, and then you'll see the lines of code are selected. Say if I want to only select like this class right here, and just select that, you're going to see the lines of code are like only 44 to 66. But just select the whole file, like kind of like a cursor type workflow, paste those bugs, and man, this has made things so much easier. We used to have to kind of do rewrites or chunks, so it'd be like, I'll replace this snippet with this snippet. Such a better way to work. As you can see, it's like such a small fix that we're just going to kind of click apply. It's going to actually apply those changes to the file. No bugs. Revert, you see, and it literally just went in and made those changes to the file for us. What the hell? Why do we got the app entry? What the fuck is that? So I just deleted that, but yeah. I that's a very unusual thing to like have the app entry added into your actual app. Like that doesn't make any sense usually because there's the app entry file. This app entry file will just say like once the app enters, go here. If you want to change the file when your app opens, the root file it goes to, you just would change the name to whatever file you want it to go to. So look at this, guys. Pretty terrible UI if you're gonna be real. But that's where some tweaking comes in. But let's just see if we got the general idea going. I'm not sure how the TTS model will work. I feel like I should just demo this on my actual phone. Allow while using app. Yep. Allow it to access camera. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That works. I'm gonna run this on my actual phone for obvious reasons, like having a camera. I'm not sure if you can do a simulator with a camera. I'm not sure about that, to be honest.
Before to what's your perspective group in the league? I would say one of my favorite things to look back on is if you look at the past like 10 Super Bowl winners, every team has either a Gronk, a Kelsey, Dallas Goedert. Like you have an elite tight end playing that makes plays for you throughout the whole throughout the playoffs, the Super Bowl. You have guys that make plays, and so I just think guys saw Gronk and the Patriots win all these championships. Are like, you know, we need to invest a little bit more time in these tight ends. So I just think.
Oh, it's funny. That was actually in dark mode when I opened it on that simulator. So usually when you make a UI, you have to like support dark mode. So it's not that bad. It's select year. This is fun, guys. This is already a fun app idea. We're gonna make the UI so much better, but it's important that it works. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna take a photo of? That's crazy. It's not gonna know what my surroundings are. This is such a hard thing to test. Do I need to literally fly to Renaissance, Italy right now to get this good? Oh, you guys are seeing a little bit of my API keys there, but not the whole API keys. I trust y'all. So I'm gonna select the year. Be like, yo, select year. Let's go 100, 200 years back. Again, this dial is not fire right now. Um, that's why I think location helps. Should I like go outside and take my picture and come back in? I feel like I definitely should. I'll be right back. Yeah, why not? Okay, y'all. So this is where we get into like the best slash worst part of developing. Um, Definitely some debugging needed. I feel like hard code it. So debugging, guys. If you're new to Apple, just go to this up here, the log. Click on your console. So each run has its own console. Launch was fine. Debugger. Uh, So I'm gonna just say like the app did not work. It said this in the log. Bro, what? How locked in do you have to be to like go get a Starbucks? Like I don't get Starbucks, so like I literally got this Starbucks coffee and came home, put it down, went made a coffee, came started working because it's just my daily thing. It's just like, yeah, you come from, maybe driving or something. You're like, all right, let's make a coffee. Let's get sat down, comfortable to work. I already had a coffee. It's cold now. It's not good. What is it doing? It's like taking a photo. Like, I'm not gonna go and say I'm not feeling ChatGPT 5, but if I just switch to my Legacy 4.0 Mini, like, am I gonna like it more? Really, I could put this background up. Oh. What is it doing? Is it taking like a photo? Like, I really don't know what the hell this is. Is this an image? Like, I'm sorry, what the hell is this? Why are you creating images? What the hell did they ship? I ain't even trying to be a hater, but we're writing code right now. What has this got to do with images? I'm straight up taking this. Like, should I Kanye it or should I like I'm gonna let you finish? But Beyonce had the best album. Like, dude, what the heck is this? What the fuck? Oh my gosh. What are you doing? Let's just read the code. Like, what did it really make me? Like, it makes sense, kind of. Okay. Request location, AI service. Is it actually possible they made these things? They keep making these things worse. Like, the best model I've ever used was O4 Mini High. 4.0 was really great. Um, but then O1 was amazing. Like, me just using O1. O1 was perfect. Like, I had like 25 O1 responses a month, and I would be like valuing those. So like when I really need to like solve something that's like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a hater, but like, feel like the direction these things are going in is like for the masses. Fuck the masses.
What's your perspective on just
That's just where it's gonna become like where we're gonna be. Like we're gonna be what? Needing a whole nother lab just for coding models. Like, cause what the hell? Okay, what did it say? That's
whoa, what is this? Wait. Oh, they Richie up. We started together.
This is what happens when you put the batting cage machine on 70 miles per hour for someone's first time.
Steve Janis throwing it up. Going for 6 again, but this time it's picked off in the end zone.
Steve Janis throwing it up.
Going for 6 again.
Welcome. Okay.
Have you ever said the N-word before?
Hell yeah, I said nigga, bruh.
Want to know who?
Good boy.
Can you order an XQC's voice?
The 20.
hell nah, bro. Imagine it's just like I was married to ChatGPT. Imagine just like being married to a model, and then someone just like one day you just like get home, someone just like swapped your wife out. Now you got a new wife. Now you're like, it's like imagine someone getting swapped out with your cousin, like a cousin, like you're dating this model. Maybe she's a model too, but I'm dating this model. I'm dating 4. I'm dating O4 Mini. She's like, and I come home. I'm like, what the heck? It's her cousin. So like they're the same family. They're like, okay, I see the similarities here. I see what's running the family. I just start dating. I'm like, I guess this is my wife now. And then randomly, you just start noticing things a little different. You know, you have a nice home cooked meal. The recipe's a little different. You you say a joke. You usually get a good laugh out. She looks at you a bit funny. It's like that's how I feel with from going from 4 to 5. ChatGPT 5. What? Oh, 04. 04. Where are my O's, man? Literally, where are my O's at? Calling all the O's, bro. Like, where are my O's at? I know if I go to the legacy models, but don't make me feel bad about it. Don't make me feel sneaky and guilty about, you know? I want my legacy models. I swear, like this is how you're gonna all know. We're gonna go over this bad boy right here, '04 Mini. Hey, maybe we're even gonna go to '03. We're gonna go to a big boy model. I didn't even use this. I was being nice. I was trying to be nice to y'all. I was like, hey, '04 Mini High does the job for me. Why do I need to use '03 burning up your GPU cluster? I was trying to be nice, but since you took this stuff away from me, come on. We're trying this again. This ain't how it's supposed to go, guys. I've had one-shot prompts. Okay, guys, so I just had '03, literally one-shot the same thing. I used the UI mockup also. Um, this is crazy. This is actually a crazy experiment. Like your same planning, your same prompt, everything. Um, only difference is like who built it. Again with the main app entry. You having a bad day, ChatGPT? Okay, we running this app now, guys. I just got like W's in the chat hype. Like, yo, guys, we're W for this app. Whoa. Bro, O3 already kind of snapping a little bit. Has his own vibe, has his own imagination. Okay. It's kind of whack, though. Oh, no, that works way better, though. He's kind of got his own vibe. All right. I don't really... Low-key ChatGPT 5 for all the ish I was giving it. The dial on this one does not work at all. I'm never expecting, like, these little kind of things we tweak. All right, let's go 100 years back. Yep. 200 years. All right. 200 years. Start. Take a photo. Use photo. It's going to be like, bro, I'm looking at a laptop. I don't know what you want me to say. Code error. At least now we're getting errors now, guys. What the hell? Should we literally just have the image be for fun? Like, the image is not necessary if we just use location. That's not as fun, though. going to be, it looks like you're coding. Okay, the issue was the image doesn't support that model type of processing. We need to break this up into a straightforward and secure and guaranteed to work pipeline. First of the pipeline is to analyze the image. For this, we can use this model. Then we don't need to use Gemini anymore. We can actually use ChatGPT So I'll show you what I got working on here. I'm like, yeah, let's get to the bottom of this. Basically, we just need to do it in 3 different steps. First, analyze the image. These will work. And then second, we can don't use Gemini. We can actually then next use chat open AI. As well as the location, year selected to generate a story. For the historical day in the life type role playing, putting the person getting this story read to them into the sense of what it would be like to be in that exact location however many years ago based on what they selected for an awesome experience. The ChatGPT 3.5 or 4.0 models will be really good at generating this story, and they will generate the story based on the context that the Gemini model pulls and use that as extra context as well as the location and year selected. So then we'll generate the text with this text generation model. And then the third in the pipeline will be once we're on the results page, after processing is done, we will use the TTS model to read back the generated text, just playing back and reading the text. This is a sure This is a system that is sure to work. A bulletproof idea. This will definitely work. Really excited to have this working. Please update the code. That's a funny one, you know? I'm excited to have this working. So it's like, don't let me down, bro. Honestly, I don't usually try to one-shot. I'm just trying to one-shot because we're on stream. But like usually what I'll do is pretty much just like each part we'll get the image analysis working, and then we'll look at the thing we get from the image analysis. Then we'll add the text responder and generate text, and then we'll add the TTS model. Like usually when you're building other types of apps, it's just natural to work in steps like this, but because it's such like a 1, 2, 3, I'm like really getting confident about these models. So I'm kind of like, you know, this can be done in one shot.
Physically, yeah. Mentally, maybe not.
Okay, so now that we've updated the system, we're going to give it a run. What? Selecting year. The year selection is still pretty whack, but that's okay. Take an image. Use photo processing. What the? I guess I should have checked this out. What models actually can be used? Okay, 2.5 flash. The Pro Vision does not seem to be available. Please use this model for the same use case to get a
So Caleb Williams looked great. Oh, dude, did he ever? And
They'll start from their own 8-yard line. Play action pass, and there's one of the guys that they're really excited about, Colston Loveland, the 10th pick in the draft out of Michigan.
All right, so we're loaded up, y'all. Let's clear this out. You can add a splash screen. I'll show you how to do that later, but here's our main app. Let's go back 300 years. Probably gonna be like, yeah, you're on this native land. I'll be like, respect. Be like, you would be following a tribe of buffalo or something like that. Okay, so processing seems to be running now, which is positive, because finally we're using a model that's actually supported. Probably kind of the problem all along. As you can see, this starts to take a while. That's how you know you're onto something. Usually anything with image analysis takes a while. So right now would be a good time to play like a Google ad. I think in a future video will be like how to add ads to an app. Like right now would be a good time to add like a nice like video ad pop up while you load, cause like you're chilling there anyway. Okay.
A soft mist clung to the ground,
What?
weaving through the wooden structures that dotted the landscape. The faint sounds of sheep bleating in the distance mingled with the occasional crack of a twig underfoot.
Oh, y'all.
My fingers,
I've been
stained with
tripping.
ink and soot from the previous day's labors, still carried the scent of parchment and parchment. The sun's rays began to warm the earth, casting long shadows as I made my way to my makeshift workspace. A sturdy desk, fashioned from reclaimed timber. I brushed away the remnants of last night's work. Scrolls sprawled with ink, and a half-finished manuscript awaiting my careful hand.
Manuscript.
The soft glow of a tallow lamp
200 years
flickered to
ago.
life on the desk, illuminating my tools, sharpened quills, an ink pot, and a collection of vibrant pigments. As the day unfolded, the village stirred to life. The rhythmic sounds of a blacksmith hammering iron echoed nearby, while the laughter of children chasing one another filled the air. I immersed myself in my writing, crafting tales of ancient heroes and distant lands. Tales that would be shared by the fireside come winter. Occasionally, I would pause, listening to the chatter of neighbors, exchanging news as they passed with baskets filled with early harvests. With the day waning, the warm glow of my lamp became my sole companion, illuminating the words I inscribed. The world outside grew quiet, save for the rustling leaves and distant calls of night creatures. As darkness enveloped the village, I felt content, lost in a realm of stories, shaping the very fabric of our history with each stroke of my quill.
Hold on. To be honest, I think like it's actually onto something here because I just showed it a picture of my desk with a computer. I'm like, what would this be like if we were, you know, 300 years ago? And it's like it said York, which is the region I am in, respect. And it literally was like imagining I have like a pen and paper on my desk. I have a computer. It's like imagining this guy 300 years ago. What would this same exact scene be? Because I was like, why am I a guy with like writing and manuscripts and quotes? It's because it literally was smart. It's like, oh, we have a laptop. We have a guy that clearly enjoys this type of deep work. What would his deep work look like 300 years ago? So I would say this is a major success, guys. We've just planned out this app. We went from planning. Just pop out my API keys right here. I'd say this was a major, major success. We went from planning out our full plan right here. You could see this note. We have the requirements, list of requirements. We have the app user journey. So this walks you through the entire user journey. Then kind of the prompt here for like the complex prompt and everything with the placeholder code. And then we had our mock-up for the time travel AI that you just set your time, you take a photo of where you are, and it like travels you back in time to like what would this be like 300 years ago. Super cool app idea. And I think I want to like edit and adjust my interface a little bit. The dial doesn't feel too good and responsive, but literally as simple as that. So you can build simple AI wrappers, but this is not simple. I know I'm kind of using a simple example because the result is easy to measure and doesn't take too much fine tuning. I think I could fine tune the prompt a little bit more. But ultimately, think about the things I used. Image analysis to gather my surroundings. That's how it's like creating the idea that I would be like with a quill and ink on my manuscript because I'm like only really showed it a picture of my desk with computers and stuff. So it's putting me literally what I would be doing 300 years ago. So if I was out like on a river, it would probably be a very different cool story. If I was at some historical site, it would probably take me to that historical time. Like if I'm in like the Plaza of Florence, it would be like, wow, okay, there'd be merchants. It'd really take me deep into this idea, which I love that. I love that whole concept. And then so it's analyzing the image. It's being contextually aware of its multimodal surroundings, inputting that, generating an analyzation text that's like providing more context from the image to really put you in the space. It's then using my location, which is important. That's just kind of like a feature on a web app, and any type of app can really call a device location, your geolocation, very specific, so it can be even more accurate because sometimes we don't want to only rely on the image to pick up that exact location of where you are to make the story better. And then it's taking all that context, using a text generation model. So this is going to create our output. And then it's using a TTS model, which is text to speech. So it's using a text to speech model to then speak and tell this story for like a better user interface. Of course, we can make this a little bit more fun. I mentioned putting an ad in there. That could be fun. Putting an ad, just like you literally kind of have to wait as the story gets processed, all those pipelines hit, so it doesn't feel like a bad thing at all. And that's how you make an AI wrapper, guys. All right, we're gonna stream later. I'm gonna be doing another app. I just built this app. I think it's good to like do a follow up stream of like improving follow up stream because like kind of the idea I'm getting is everyone can join my school community. I'm gonna put my school community in the link. And the thing about it is, I really just think there's a real good um, alpha here and us like coming together and everyone giving ideas. I thought about crypto and like meme coins or whatnot. Like how can we distribute the value? Like if you kind of have an idea for an app, and then like we should all kind of like if you have an idea and I just make the app on stream. So you have an idea for the app, I make the app on stream. How can we then like share whatever comes of that? So it's not just like you giving me ideas, it's like all of us coming together. So I kind of have this idea for my school community of, you guys have an app idea, you want it built, I'll build it. I'll build at least the MVP, the whole first version of this app on stream. You can all watch me build it, and then I'll put it out. It takes a while to like submit and get it into stores and everything. We'll put on some type of monetization with ads or a subscription, and then we'll just divide the profits. We'll just be like, everyone who contributed the idea, everyone who's a part of the community, will just like split up the profits with everyone. There should probably be a way of like tracking who's contributed. Maybe people are like really contributing complex plans and like other stuff like that. Some people could be coding. We could have GitHub repos, but I really like that idea of that. So I'm not sure if crypto is the best way to do that, or just literally just creating some type of pool and then splitting it up between everyone for all the apps. In this community can generate apps, and I think that's a real powerful force. Because really, I think in the AI age, like the idea is so important. In the AI age, like the idea is so important because like my first idea was like plant AI, which was like I was basically gonna make this. I was thinking like a good uh, app that I can do on stream and build the whole thing in one. What is this? A 2.5. This is actually only a 2 hour stream. So in this 2 hours, we built this full working demo version that we can actually test. And what I wanted to do first was a similar idea that used like image generation, image that I wanted to build a similar app that had image analysis, processing, and then some type of output for a valuable output. And my first idea was like plant AI. So it would be like you take a photo of your plants. It's like, oh, this plant is sick. Maybe here's some water, something like that. Looked it up, and then I started looking it up, and I'm like, oh, there's like 4 of these already. And then the same kind of thing if I went down the line of like different things like that, like different ideas. And that's why I think like the idea matters so much, because obviously I've put this into a user interface where like you could create your own app experience. You could like spin up a ChatGPT and be like, "Oh, I want you to do this." But it's kind of fun to just open up the app and um like imagine being on a trip through Europe, and you could just pull it out, set the time, which is like a really cool thing. You just like set the time. Like app experiences still matter, right? Like all this would have to be so thought out and written. If I just what's 1,000 years ago, and then take a photo and puts me in the mode of being 1,000 years ago in this exact place. It's like time travel AI. So this whole idea is like really cool, and I think the idea is what is pretty much most important here. So I think if we have a community of people that are going to be spinning up these different app ideas, not just only using this simple pipeline of like text to speech, AI processing, and image analysis, but like other things, non AI related, computer vision. I have one coming up for basketball. So let's stay tuned. Let's join my school community. We can all get together, and school community will be free to join. I do have paid classes, but like let's all just collaborate on this whole idea, right? Like you probably have an app idea, you want to see it created. I think like the app idea generator, that should be the person who has like the most tokens in the idea. Again, I'd love for some community discussion on what the best way to do this project is, because like everyone can be compensated to like a full-time thing. Like uh you can get an app to be pretty profitable and like split that up between people. And I think like the initial app generator should be like the person who gets like the most equity in that idea, but then like maybe like backers, people who like put some liquidity into it. Again, very crypto ideas, but I think a lot of that stuff is not, there's not enough precedent around it. But if we just look at it as a bunch of people just like working together and not a company, I don't see anything wrong with that. Like it's a bunch of people just trying to make cool stuff together. So let's work that out. All right. Awesome. Talk to you guys soon. Tomorrow's stream will be great.